Hi, and welcome to our Project Zomboid Traits Guide after over 1,000 hours of playing. So I thought that I'd make an updated guide here about Project Zomboid after playing for 1,000 hours. So we had 4 things I wanted to do in this video, which is just some of the first trait combinations that you might pick when first starting the game for the first time, which is pretty much show you which ones that I picked. And then we're going to be Googling the Project Zomboid best traits and giving my opinion. And then my traits combinations that I've been using and that I would recommend. And then some traits that I don't recommend that everyone seems to use for some reason. So, it's probably going to be a long video for doing like all 4 of these in one video. It might even be like a 40-minute video or something. So let's just go into the game here. Game capture. So, I have to close all these things and open them up later. So let's just say you got into Project Zomboid. You're thinking about trying it out. If you're looking for a game guide video for traits, this should be like the only video you need. If you go to solo game mode, if you go to Apocalypse is pretty much what I always play. So I think this is pretty much what this skill tree is geared for. This skill tree is geared for the hardest difficulty. You can maybe use it in Survivor if you want. Survivor just seems way too easy. I just never made sense of it. Apocalypse, what I always do, and it's difficult enough, but it's easy enough too once you figure it out. So besides after you choose your start location, we always choose this place. We never ever chose anywhere else. That's like the only place we choose. But after you get past all that, you get to your trait screen here. So the very first time I came here, I didn't know what to pick, right? There's like all these things on the left-hand side, all these occupations you can pick. Or you could be the unemployed, and then you get like 8 free points to spend on something. So I think like the first time that I played, it's like you just chose next and then made your character just went into the game. Because I didn't want to deal with these. I didn't want to figure them out. Like, you have to read all of them and figure out what they do. But I think after a few games, I think I started to look at them. And then I think I got the thick skin. Less chance of zombies killing you. So I thought that was a good one. Because I think when you first start the game, you want to maybe start the game without anything. Just to get like the feel of the base game without any changes to it. And then eventually, after you play a few times, maybe try adding some things, maybe thick skin that looks good. Then I think we chose like stout, because increasing your strength increases your carrying capacity. So we picked that, I think. Then as soon as I found out you can increase your carrying capacity, then carry more items, and we just pretty much pick that all the time. Then I think this one, right, dexterous. This just takes 8 points here. That's it. This was a really good skill tree because we can carry more items, and then dexterous just seems amazing just because you spend so much time transferring items and picking up items, looting items, putting them in your bag, putting them in other containers and everything. If you did add twice quick just for 2 points, that's pretty much what we did. Then I think we did try some other things, right? We did try to get some negative things. I think once we found out that like thick skin doesn't really do too much, maybe we're like maybe we could do thin skin, and that would give us 8 free points. Then that gave us the ability to get strong. So strong, that allowed us to carry even more items. So it's like by default you could carry like 12 inventory space. And then if you get stout, then you can carry 15 items, 15 inventory space. But if you can manage to get this one strong, then you can get 18 inventory space. So it's actually really amazing once you can figure that out and get this thing here. And then there's also athletic, because you might be looking at like the very bottom of the skill tree, might be like, what are the most expensive skills? You might figure out some way to get them. I think slow healer would be like the next one you might pick. Because I mean, you might get cut, you might get wounds and everything, but they'll just heal anyways. Just to give you 6 free points, then maybe you can get athletic. And then you got like the 2 best traits in the game, or at least they're the most expensive ones. Then, yeah, I guess that gives you room for dexterous over here. So maybe that'd be a good skill trait. I think we chose like that skill trait sometime. Then I think eventually we chose like smoker and high thirst. I think we looked at guides at this point. We looked at like what is the best Zomboid traits to pick? And they're like high thirst and smoker. Like okay, yeah, we picked them, and they're actually some of the worst traits to get. So we got those. That gives us 10 points to spend. So I imagine that the online guide says to get the fast learner trait. Where is it? This one, fast learner. So this is supposed to be like the #1 trait, right? This is the best trait in the game. If you get something, get this one. Or at least that's what the guide says. But then maybe there's outdoorsman, I think. Stuff like 2 points. Maybe wakeful is a good one. Alright, said maybe we had like something like this here. But then the smoker and the high thirst trait, they're actually pretty bad. So I don't know, I guess we looked at the traits for a little bit, right? You might go through, you might try different things. There's a whole bunch of different things to try through here. I think it's mainly just a way to like customize your game, or if you want like a challenge or something, like this claustrophobic. Gets panicked when indoors. Did you want to play the game in a challenge mode where your character can't go to sleep because the room's too small? That was our experience with it. We like chose this trait once, and then it was the end of night one. Wanted to go to sleep, and he's like, your character's too panicked to go to sleep, and he's panicked because the bedroom's too small, so your character will never be able to go to sleep. So that's like the ultimate challenge mode. If you're looking for like the hardest difficulty, I think choose this because your character will never be able to sleep. He'll never be able to sleep. So you'll be ridiculously tired the entire game. So besides that, let's just see what the introduction title was. So we looked at #1 for a little bit. We didn't want to make the video too long. Maybe like less than 10 minutes in each section. So just like a 40-minute video. So let's Google Project Zomboid best traits and give my opinion on them. Google traits, this one, and then we need to pull this up. Is it this one? No, it's this one, maybe. Is this it? Alright, so we pulled it up. We just had to move this page up. So after looking at the traits for a little bit, you might be trying to figure out what are the best traits. So you might actually Google it, which brings you to this website, right? Click here, Project Zomboid 10 best traits ranked. Well, it'll over here, Project 10 best traits ranked, and then you click on that, then you go here, right? This shows you what the best traits of the game are. Which actually, maybe they're good for a beginner or something, but after you've been playing for so long, a lot of these things don't make sense. Maybe this person played for like 100 hours or something, and then he figured these ones out. But after you play for 1,000 hours, you figure out that there's better traits than these ones. So we got them on the left-hand side here. We got fast learner. You can spend 6 points. This gives you 30% increased EXP, except for fitness and strength. And #2 is high thirst, which means you're gonna have to drink twice as much, which this thing's really bad actually. So the reason that they do this in #1 and #2, fast learner, high thirst, is obviously because you can use both of them, right? Like if you say your traits, you're looking for traits to get. He's like, the best trait of the game is fast learner here. That's what the website said. Fast learner is the best one of the game, so you have to get that one. And in order to get that one, they show you #2, which is high thirst, because this takes like 6 points. You need 6 points to get it. So we got fast learner, we got high thirst, we got the 2 best traits in the game. Those are the 2 best ones to get. And then we go here. Oh, we have to keep going through the display capture. I wonder if we can go display capture and then just switch between the game. Oh no, that probably wouldn't work like that. Anyways, let's look at the next one. So we looked at the top 2. We have those 2. Now the next one would be athletic. So there's too many good things to list here. This should be number one. I think athletic is like the best trait of the game. So let's go in the game here. And then we'll search for athletic. We'll add it. So this is like the third best trait of the game. Oh, it looks like we need an extra 2 points. So with the unemployed trait. So we're going to be doing the unemployed trait here, right? You can see we can choose any of these things. But the problem with that is that you don't get as many points to spend, right? It's like -2 if you go here. Unemployed gives you the most points. Like if you choose this one, you're gonna be like -12, -14, -16, -14, -18, -8. So if you go unemployed, it gives you a lot more skill points actually. So we got athletic, but we need to figure out how to get another 2 points here. So let's go into Google number 4, see what the fourth best trait is. So we got number 3 here. It says 4 is a weak stomach, so it gives plus 3 points, which is perfect because we need 2 points here, right? Oh, I guess yeah, there's like capture's gonna do that. So it said weak stomach, so we'll search for that thing. We know that weak stomach is right here, so we need some points, and just choosing that gave us the extra points we need. So let's move on to number 5 then, figure out what the fifth best trait is. So we go here to number 5, lucky, says we need to get the lucky trait, because that's like has to be one of the best traits in the game there. So if we get lucky, we search for it. We know that lucky is right here. So we need to get another 3 points here. So we got like the 5 best traits of the game here so far. So if we just keep going through, looking through here, we can keep on building our skill tree here. There's the smoker trait. The smoker trait's like the worst one of the game. All it does is just add like another survival meter. Like it's like you have your hunger meter, you have your thirst meter, and this adds a smoker meter. So it's like a third meter you have to pay attention to, and you have to babysit it just like the other ones. It's so bad. They say it's a good one. It's number 6. It's like the 6th best trait of the game. So let's go find the smoker trait here. This is supposed to be the top 10 list, so it is one of the best ones. And this gave us the points, so we can actually go with the skill tree. So it's night that we're actually building it. So we're going through here, going through a top 10. We need some points, and he gave us the smoker trait to get us the points that we need. And then it says that outdoorsman is the next good one. So we go to outdoorsman. For only 2 points, you get like a 90% reduction chance to get like sick when going outdoors. It's actually one of the best traits in the game. It's probably like the number 2 or something. So we got the outdoorsman. We're down to -1 again. So we need to figure out how to get some more points here. Slow healer. So that's supposed to say like plus 6 points or something. It's supposed to be plus 6 points. So we need some more points. Let's go check the website here. Check to see what the next one is. Slow healer. So this one's actually pretty good. It doesn't really do anything. I mean, you don't even notice it. Stuff heals so quick. If you never get wounded, you'll never even notice it. So this is like one of the best ones to get out, I think. Slow healer. So we got our points back. So now we're at +5. So what's the 9th one? Organize. Organize actually is pretty amazing. Organize like what one of the best traits in the game, I think. Organize. Yeah, it says right here. Here's number 9. So let's get this one. Organize. This is like the 9th best trait of the game. So we got organized up here. Should be 6 points, I think. Here's organize. Let's add it. So we got the best 9 traits in the game at the moment. So let's just check to see what that last one is. Thin skin. This one actually is really good. This is actually one of the... it's pretty much the same as like slow healer. It's like the exact same thing, except better. I don't know why it's lower on the list, right? They got slow healer, like thin skin should have been up here, and 8 should have been down here or something. But anyways, there's the last one that we need. So we got the best 10 traits in the game. So our build's pretty good, and we still have an extra 7 points to spend. So what can we possibly spend it on that traits. It just shows the top 10, and we followed it. We still have 7 points to spend. And we lost our guidance because all we were doing to look at our skill tree was just look at that website. So I guess you would keep Googling, and you just keep searching for more opinions to figure out what to put those last 7 points in. But anyways, you can maybe figure it out. Like dexterous, we know dexterous was really good. So just go back to the game here. Dexterous, you can maybe fill out the points with that. Yeah, we should have got lucky, fast learner, all that other things. Wakeful and cat's eyes is maybe pretty good. And then it looks like we have 1 point left. We always pick a speed demon every single time. Every single time you have one trait point left over, and all that you can pick for 1 point speed demon, but it's actually a really good trait. So we fill up our skill tree with the top 10. Although it's pretty bad, like this fast learner thing, this high thirst smoker, fast learner. What do you get? Lucky. These 4 here. Those ones. That's part of the last thing, right? The high thirst. High thirst plus 6. Drink twice as much water. It's never worth it. Smoker. Never worth it. So the only thing you're getting is like the lucky and the fast learner trait. So we did that part. What's number 3? I think number 3 is my traits combination I use that I recommend. So we've been playing a long time, and is this my 12 traits? Yeah, it is. This even brings you up to 0 points. You don't have to figure out the end too. So let's go here. It'll be like, here's the game. You just get to your trait screen. You choose unemployed. That gives you 8 free points. So if you do that, athletic trait plus 4. So athletics like the number 1 trait. It's the number 1 trait of my list anyways. It just gives you so many things. It gives you 20% sprinting and running speed, which is amazing. Like, you do notice that. I made characters without athletic, and I made them with athletic. And it helps so much in the beginning. Like, you can run so fast, and when you're fighting zombies, it's easier to kite them because you just hit them a few times, and then you sprint away. If you can sprint 20% faster, you gain more distance from them. And then when you're like running across the whole town, you can run across the whole town 20% faster. Plus the endurance loss, the endurance recovery speed, which means you can run for longer, and you can fight for longer. And when you're resting and regenerating, you regen it faster too. But it does even more things than that. As well as that, it gives you like 8% attack speed, which is actually amazing. Because whenever you choose athletic, whenever you're attacking zombies, if you can attack 8% faster, it allows you to kite them and hit them a lot. So you don't just have to hit like 1 zombie at a time and then run. It's actually extremely helpful. The block chance, that doesn't really matter too much. The trip reduction is nice. When you're running into a group of zombies, there's less chance that you're going to trip. That's pretty helpful. Chance to climb fences, fatigue, gain reduction. So that's kind of like the wakeful trait here, right? 30% fatigue, gain reduction. Down here, number 10. So it adds on top of that. So athletic is like the best trait. If you're looking for one thing to get, athletic is the one thing to get. And then you need 2 points here, right? So to get your 2 points, you just go here. You get short-sighted. And then you have these 2. So all this does is just give you a -2 foraging radius. All you need to do is wear glasses to negate this. Because at the end of the game, all you're going to be wearing is like a hard hat or a fireman helmet or a riding helmet or something like it is. Plus 100 defense, and then you're going to be wearing glasses anyway. So it's basically like 3 points. You're never going to notice it. You're going to be wearing glasses all the time anyways. Except during winter, I guess. But it only affects your foraging. So if you're looking for something to get 2 points, that's the one to get. And then weak stomach, 3 points. So that was on the top 10 list, right? Weak stomach. And that gives you 3 points to spend. So we get outdoorsman, which outdoorsman is pretty much a requirement, I think. Outdoorsman is like the number two positive traits. I would think 90% reduced chance. So you can just go out when it's raining and there's a storm and everything. You can go out there. You can fight zombies. Doesn't matter. You go out there any time of the day during any weather. It's amazing. Speed demon for 1 point. Just like we're saying, you always have 1 point left over. You always have one left point over for speed demon. But it is pretty good. It increases your max driving speed by 15%, which actually helps with your towing ability. So if you're ever trying to tow vehicles around, if you have a speed demon, you can tow them easier. Plus, you get 200% gear switching speed. So like whenever you're switching weapons, or I think whenever you're wearing equipment, whenever you're putting on a new jacket or something, I think you put it on like twice as quick. So we have that. Now we're on to number 6, thin skin for 8 points, which is amazing. So the only thing you need to do to negate this is this is going to give you a negative 5% chance to block. And if a zombie gets you, they're going to have an increased chance to scratch and bite you, actually. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad, actually. It's like you get like a base 25% chance to get scratched when he gets you. And with this, he has a 40% chance to get you. To like infect you. Like if he scratches you, I think it has like a base 25% chance to kill you. With this, it has like a 40%, something like that. So the way to negate this is never ever get hit. It actually sounds easier than it sounds. Once you figure it out and get practice, you will never get hit. So it is like 3 points. What this does, it gives you 6 points. So with that, you could get the organized trait. So this is like absolutely amazing. It's like when you have your fatty pack. Your fatty pack can normally hold 1 inventory space. But with this, it increases it by 100% up to 2 inventory space. Plus, all your bags that you're carrying on your back, they have more inventory space, and all the cupboards in the house, like the fridges, the freezers, all your cupboards, all your vehicles, all your storage space in your vehicles gets more inventory space. It's like one of the best things in the game. So we have 2 points to spend. So the next one that we chose was dexterous. So if you're looking for a 2-point skill, this would be like the best next thing to get. Because you're going to be transferring so many items. If you can transfer those items twice as quickly, then do it. So we got dexterous and number 10, wakeful. So wakeful is like 2 points. So this thing's also amazing. So it's like normally when you're playing the game, you could go out there, you could do whatever you want for like 30 minutes. So you go fight, explore houses, loot houses, go get food, search for skill books and everything for 30 minutes every day, and then your character gets drowsy, and then you should probably go to bed. Because you're going to be doing reduced damage. So once you get the drowsy, it's not really worth it to go fight zombies unless you really have to. But with this, it gives you an extra 10 minutes per day. So it's like you get 30 minutes normally. But with this, you can play for 40 minutes every single day before you get tired. So it's literally like an extra 10 minutes that you can be out doing things all day. As well as you sleep for 10% longer. So like normally, let's say you go to sleep at 12 and you're very tired. Normally you'd wake up at 6 o'clock. But with this, you can maybe wake up at like 4 or 5 o'clock. So you like an extra hour as well by doing that. So it's actually one of the best things in the game too. Wakeful is really good. And then cat's eyes for 2 points. Did we not get a slow healer or something? Is that why we're not missing it? Slow healer. We didn't put slow healer on. Yeah, slow healer. We forgot that. That's why we're in negative points. So with this one, the way to negate it is just don't get scratched or don't get wounded. All you have to do is just walk over fences. Never go through a tree or a bush. Whenever you go through a tree or a bush, there's a chance that it's going to scratch you. That's the worst thing. So what we do is never go through bushes. Even in the starting area, those bushes in the starting area, never walk through them. They'll get you eventually. If you can do that, you'll never ever get scratched anyways. But if there's the small chance that you do get scratched, it does always heal like less than a day anyways. So if you need extra points, slow healer is the one to get. That gives us 4 points there. So that's what we were missing, right? Because we were looking for this. Now we have 6 free points to spend, and then we're supposed to get wakeful, dexterous. Now we're moving on to cat's eyes up here. This cat's eyes is really good because it allows you to see better in the dark. And it actually is a huge difference. Like we played without cat's eyes, we played with cat's eyes. And without cat's eyes, you can't go out at night. But with cat's eyes, you can't go out at night. And it's really helpful for when the power goes out. After the power goes out, there's not going to be any street lamps or anything. And whenever you go inside a house, there's not going to be any lights to turn on inside the house. So after the power goes out, this thing's going to help you for the entire game. And then there's a fast reader, just because we have 2 extra points. Like there's only 2 points to spend. Fast reader is pretty good. We've tried without fast reader. We've tried with slow reader. I just don't understand. Like people are saying like slow reader, just get slow reader, you just speed up time. But as you're reading the book and as stuff is happening, like all your food is going bad, and all the zombies, they're spawning more. All your food's going bad. I think that's the main thing. Your generator's going, all your fuel's being used up, and all your daytime's being used up. You can't really do anything. It just doesn't make sense. I've never ever. We've tried this once. It takes so long to read a book. It's not make sense. Like with this fast reader thing, it's just 2 points, or it could be like 4 points how you look at it, right? You're like, I pick slow reader, I get 4 points. If I go to fast reader, it's gonna cost me 4 points, right? We have 4 points to spend, so we just switch out slow reader for fast reader, and then that's it. Just so you can read books 60% faster. But it does help a lot. Like we did try without it, like you said. Like recently too. Like maybe we don't need it. We tried it even just like this without slow reader. It's a huge difference. It's a huge difference. It allows you just get through, read those books, get them all read through, get them all done with, then you can move through other things. So it gives you more time to do other things during the day. So it's like if you just have to read this book for like 4 hours instead of like 8 hours, that's an extra 4 hours to go out and do things. So it is amazing. That's the last point. Like, and if you notice, like every single thing that we chose, every single 2 cost 1. It's like as a base, we have like athletic. That's like the most expensive one. Then we got organized, and then just speed demon. That's it. But besides that, if you look here, it's just 2 points, 2 points, 2 points, 2 points. All these other ones, they don't really make too much of a difference. Like, I don't know, lucky, like you can find 10% more guns and ammunition. So it's like if I find 10 guns and ammunition, you have found an extra 1 gun. You'll have 11 compared to my 10. Like, you'd have to get something bad for it, right? You'd have to get a smoker to get that or something. Like, you'd have to get something way too negative to get it. If you go through here, like, all these 2 cost trade, like, wakeful, outdoorsman, first fast reader, dexterous, cat's eyes, those are all going to get every single one of them. So we looked through my recommended thing. I think there was, like, one more thing, right? Is it just the smoker trace that I don't recommend that everyone seems to use? Like, we don't use the high thirst trait. We've even never used the high thirst trait. I think I used the high thirst trait once. And that was it. That was it. We just used it once because we can't fathom with it. Because the benefit, because all you're doing is going, we have extra points to spend. Let's get the high thirst trait. That'll give us a fast learner. That's the reason you would do it. The reason you would get high thirst is to get fast learner over here, right? 6 points, 6 points. They switch each other out. However, you have to drink twice as much water. So we're gonna be looking at this thing, right? Because this moves on to number 4. It's like high thirst just to get fast learner. Is it worth it? Never. It's never worth it. Because as we're playing, I think we're going to load up our game too. We made a copy of it. So we have high thirst, fast learner here. Let's just go into our game here. If we load the game, and then we made a copy of this one. Oh, it might take a while to load up because we just started the game. So we'll pause and come back. Alright, so we're in the game here, right? So we pulled up our inventory here. So without high thirst, we don't have high thirst on here. I guess we can unpause it. This is just a copy of the game, so we can show things we saved our backup. What we usually do is we run around with one water bottle, and then we just have this in our inventory. It's completely filled up. We can run around for the entire day, do whatever we want. The only time that we have to fill this is just before we go to bed. That's pretty much it. So we go around on the map. We could plan like a 3-day trip. We could bring 3 water bottles with us. We could go anywhere out here. We know that the 3 water bottles will last us for 3 days. So all we have to do is just bring 3 water bottles. Then just before we go to bed, we just have to switch them out. Like this water bottle will be empty. You put it in a bag. There's the empty water bottle. They unpack this one, and then we're good for an entire day. We don't even have to worry about it. But if we wanted to go for like a 3-day trip, if we were the high thirst rate, we would have to go here, without the high thirst rate. If we had these, we wanted to grab some more water bottles. It's we're going away for a 3-day trip. We got a bottle in our inventory here. We got 2 bottles here. We favorite them. We know we're going to be good for 3 days. If we want to be extra safe, maybe we'll bring an extra one, just so we know if something happens during the 3 days, we can't get back or something. We do have an extra water bottle. But if you have the high thirst trait, we'll just undrop these things. As well, like we're saying, all we have to do is just unpack a water bottle at the end of the day. We don't have to worry about it at all. If you're in the middle of fighting zombies or something, you're fighting zombies, then you're like, oh no, our water bottle, it's empty because we took the high thirst trait. We have to switch out our water bottle in the middle of a fight or something. But you know that you're just gonna have to switch it out before you go to bed. That's it. So if we're the high thirst trait, we would have to switch this out twice as often. As well, if we're going for a 3-day trip, we got 2 water bottles here. So you know that we're gonna need 2 water bottles for each day, right? So this is gonna be good for 2 days. So this will be good for 2 days. We have to go through here. We have to bring 2 water bottles for each extra day you want to come out here for. So this would be good for 2 days. This would be good for 3 days. And then if we wanted to be extra safe, we'd have to bring an extra 2 water bottles. I don't even know if we have an extra 2 regular water bottles here, maybe. Oh, there's some right over here. But essentially, we'd have to bring twice as much water, right? Right. If we were planning to go for 4 days or 5 days or something, we'd have to bring an extra 2 water bottles to be safe. Each extra day that we add on, that we want to leave, each extra day that we want to add on, that we want to leave, we have to bring 2 water bottles with us. So that's huge, right? If you're leaving for 5 days, you have to bring all these things. So let's go here. Why do we do that? We'll go through here, right? It's so much better when you don't have to bring 2 water bottles. Like we're saying, we never choose high thirst or anything. But if you go here, it's we know this will be good for 2 days. This will be good for 3 days. This will be good for 4 days. This will be 5 days. This will be good for 6. And this will be good for 7 days. Whereas with the high thirst rate, we'd have to go through here. We have to bring another 7 bottles with us just to be safe. That's twice as much water that you need. Twice as much water that you need to bring just to be sure that you're gonna be good. You might need to bring saucepans of water with you too, just because you need so much water with you. You might need that just in case something happens. Because if you do run out of water, that's the next point thing here, right? So if we drop all this, if we don't have any water on us, if we just speed up time or something. So that's the third thing that we're always worried about. It's with high thirst, you need to bring, let's read this, I guess. For a 3-day trip, I would always bring 3 water bottles. You just need to take 1 out each day, each morning. That's it. With high thirst, you need to bring 6, and it keeps stacking. If you need to go for 7 days, you need to bring 14 bottles with you. You need to bring them out by bag twice each day. So it's you're in the middle of a zombie fight or something. You're fighting zombies. It's oh no, we have to get our water bottle out. It's just the smoker tray kind of. It's when you're fighting zombies. It's oh no, we have to have a smoke. So we didn't even speed up time. It's just the second level, but we're already thirsty. And if you had the high thirst rate, that would happen like twice as quick. It couldn't even been like 2 hours or something. It's like, do you have like 8 hours to live? Normally, maybe you just have like 4 hours to live. It's like each hour you get a stage with high thirst or something. But yeah, with my theory is like, if for any reason you ever run out of water and you aren't near any water, you only have half as much time to find water before you die. That's always our worry. That's why we never picked it. Right? High thirst. Like, what if we ran out of water? We're gonna have half as much time to find water before we die. Not only are you like bringing all these extra water bottles with you just because you need them, just because you took the high thirst rate. If you ever run out of this, you're gonna die twice as quick. Slightly thirsty. So these water dispensers things here too, right? These things are huge. These water dispensers, like they have 250 units of water, which this will last you 25 days if you just use one bottle of water a day. So it's like a water bottle has 10 units of water. This holds 250, so to give you a 25-day supply of water. But if you have the high thirst rate, you're going to be going through that like 12 and a half days. So the way that we worded it to make it sound good is that like if you had high thirst, you have one water dispenser, you go through it in less than 2 weeks. But if you don't have high thirst, it would last you almost 1 month. Like if 1 month is like 28 days, it's just like 3 days off pretty much, right? So it's like you'd have to go through here, you have to go through the rainwater, collect all your saucepans, bring them to the stove, heat up the water, go bring it here, fill this up, and you have to do that twice as often. The main reason is that it adds it's like the water, you have to do all this stuff twice as often, you have to drink your water twice as often, you have to refill this twice as often, you have to refill your water bottle twice as often, you have to do all this water stuff twice as often, whereas without it you can actually just play the game. So it's a good reason not to do it. So the only thing you're trying to get is the fast learner thing. So now we can move on to number 2 here, right? Because the reason you would get the high thirst thing is to get the fast learner thing. But as you can see, we're like 6 months and 13 days. So maybe in like 1 year, you'd have all your skills maxed anyways, and then that fast learner wouldn't really do anything. So we're like 6 months, 13 days, maybe in a year, we could like max all these skills here. And then after that 1 year has passed, then this fast learner is not going to do anything for you because it's just going to be giving you 30% XP. But for the rest of the game, you're going to be dealing with all this extra water you're going to have to deal with because you chose high thirst. So that's our problem. It's like after you max all your skills, the fast learner, it's not going to help you. But the high thirst, it's going to kill you eventually. And if you can do it without the high thirst, then water is not as much of a problem, right? We can just go around with like half as much of this water and be alright. If we do run out, it's okay because we can survive a lot longer. The other one was like the smoker trait. Like we tried that a few times. We survived for like over 100 days, I think, or something like that. Maybe like 60 days. And then the smoker trait got to us. That's why we restarted. Because as you can see, we're playing here. Like we can do whatever we want. We don't have to worry about anything really. We just play the game. We can just play the game, do whatever we want. We don't have to sit there and have a smoke. It's like, oh no, you don't have a smoke. You have to sit there and have a smoke all the time. It just adds another complication, and you're gonna get bored to it, right? So you just hang out. It makes the game more relaxing too, I think, because we watched a lot of YouTube series a lot. Like every single one of them chooses the smoker trait, like that Raven Creek, right? That Raven Creek by Valhead. We've been watching him. It's like episode 7, Raven Creek. He's like, all right, we just gotta go here, have a smoke. We gotta have a smoke. We gotta have a smoke. Like, I feel sorry because you can't enjoy the game if you're a smoker because you always constantly have to have a smoke. It's just like an extra thirst and meter. Like you can't just sit here, right? We don't have to have a smoke. We don't have to carry them around with us, like our inventory. We don't have a single cigarette. We don't have a single lighter, which allows us to carry other things, right? We could throw the tire pump in the fanny pack. We could throw all this stuff in this fanny pack. Whereas if we had the smoker trait, we'd have to use one of these fanny packs to hold like cigarettes and lighters and everything too. So it does take more inventory space, and I wouldn't want to think when you run out of cigarettes, right? So already, as you can see, we're thirsty. So it's like if you were out in the wilderness, that's the thirst modifier kicking in. Right? Like if you were way out here, like exploring here, like we want to go out here, go explore for a little bit. Then if for some reason you can't make it back, and then you're out of water, you're like, oh no, we only have 4 hours to get back or something. Whereas you could have like 8 hours. Maybe it's more than that. Maybe you could survive for like 24 hours. Maybe it's like you have 1 day to find water, whereas if you're high thirst, maybe it's like you have a half a day, or maybe it's like 12 hours or something. It's like maybe normally you have like 12 hours to find it. If you're high thirst, it's like you better find it in 6 hours or something. But as you see, there's no smoker trait. There's nothing like that coming on. Whereas if we started again with the smoker trait, it's so bad. Why is it pausing? Alright, so we're gonna start a new game here, right? We're going to go with this. Does this have smoker? Yeah, it does have smoker. Smoker and high thirst to get a fast learner, right? To get the lucky trait. Let's go try this here for a little bit. I just wanted to check something, right? I can't imagine playing with a smoker trait after I stopped playing with it. Just to get the lucky thing, right? So that's the reason you're doing it. You're getting the smoker trait to get this lucky trait here. That's the reason you're doing it. Like, we need a 10% chance to find guns and ammunition. It doesn't make sense. A 10% chance to find guns and ammunition to have to deal with that all the time. So we're going to be staying here for a little bit. Looks like we do have a little bit of food here. So like if you're playing the game, like you do have to go to the gas station. That's another complication with the smoker trait. Like, oh, we have to make it to the gas station. We have to go to the gas station to go get cigarettes and get a lighter. Or when you're going out here, if you're searching for vehicles, you're like, we have to search every single vehicle to see if we can find a smokes and a lighter inside the vehicle. Or you have to kill zombies. You have to check like every single zombie. And you're like, oh, does the zombie have cigarettes? Oh, we found the cigarettes. Now we need a lighter. We can't smoke the cigarettes without a lighter. That's what the first like 3 days is, or like until you actually find those things. You're just going around, like, oh, did we get the cigarettes yet? Did we get the lighter yet? And if you never find them, then your character's going to be getting more depressed, which being depressed is actually really bad. It slows down your action speed, like when you're transferring items between containers and everything. It slows that down. Whenever you're crafting, whenever you're switching weapons, whenever you're doing like anything that's like time. So it's like crafting is like the main thing. Like in that one series when we were combining all the thread, the reason they were so slow is because we were sad and depressed. That's why, right? So he's searching gaming. Oh, does he have a cigarette? Does he have a lighter? No, he doesn't. Does he? No, he doesn't. We watch the YouTube series all the time. Like the first few days, like we need to find the cigarettes, the lighter. It was like day 3 and he still hadn't found them yet. He's like, oh my god, it's the 3rd day and we haven't seen a single lighter yet. We have the cigarettes because you always find the cigarettes, but you never find the lighter. You always do that. So hopefully there's no alarm system or anything. Like, we're not going to be playing for like too much longer or something. Like the number one thing that will get you is the alarm system. That's when you have to go and that's it. There's like nothing good in here. I guess the beer bottle. Maybe we'll have to cook some food or something. Oh, why do we put it in the fridge? So I'll put this on the stove here. We're going to cook some food. And I just wanted to show you some. Oh no, he's coming to the window. We're gonna have to get him at the window. So I think this is like why we don't pick the high thirst and this open player. Right? We pick both of them. We pick both of them. So if you go through here, this thing. Where is he? He's not right here, is he? Oh, he is right here. Oh, right here. I broke a window. We're gonna break the window over here. I thought I heard a window break. Maybe these are the only windows in the house. Why is there so many zombies? What we're trying to do is just get something set up just so that we have like food, and then we're gonna hang out here for a little bit. And then want to open that window. Oh, to close this one actually. Somebody upstairs, that's what it is. So how's this stuff, dude? Is it burnt? Oh no, it's actually just about done. Sounds perfect. So we're able to go through the house, then clear all the zombies and everything. Turn here. We got some food for a little bit. The problem is, like, if we go to the fridge here. Oh, it's because this is like this. It's because we had these things just so we can show it with all these words on the left-hand side here. Our inventory, here's the loot. Okay, so we put this in the fridge. Let's go deal with that zombie upstairs. But look, already we got the slightly thirsty already, right? We just barely started. And eventually we're gonna get the smoker. It's like you're stressed out, then you're gonna be depressed. There's somebody up here somewhere. There's the window wrap, bro. So eventually you're gonna run out of water. You're gonna be stranded somewhere, right? Cause I could just envision that happening. It's like we're out exploring. I know that happened when I was first playing. We're like here, then we're running out. We're exploring, and then we ran into the woods. And I imagine if we had the high thirst rate, we would have died of not having enough water. But we did make it back alive, right? So eventually, you're gonna get the stress meter here. I guess we can even press the F6 button because it will speed up faster, right? So now we're thirsty already. I mean, I know you can just bring like 2 water bottles with you. People say that, right? There's like bring 2 water bottles with you, but it stacks like we're showing. You have to bring like 14 water bottles if you want to go for a week. If you want to go for a 1-week trip, 7 days, you gotta bring 14 of them. So now we're anxious already. So the only reason that we have this is because we chose the smoker trait. If we never chose the smoker trait, this anxious meter would never ever show up. Look, we're already parched, right? If we were away from water, we could get it's already 77, so pretty much like 80 or something. So if we didn't have the high thirst rate, it would just be thirst is 40. That's it, half as much. Yeah, this agitated, nervous and jumpy. Oh, it's already at the max. Agitated, nervous and jumpy. So it's already as bad as it could be. And then you're very bored. So to get the very bored modifier, all you have to do is run to a zombie, right? So we figured that out. Like, if you're bored, all you have to do is walk up to a zombie and he's not bored anymore. That completely gets rid of it. Completely gets rid of the bored modifier. So you can find a zombie. It doesn't matter how bored you are. The zombies make him happy. just seeing the zombies out there. He's like, you just see the zombie. I'm not bored anymore. So it's actually pretty good. The bored, you just have to go fight a zombie. But the unhappy and the depressed modifier, there's like no way to get rid of it really. Unless you want to burn through all your books and everything. But because we're agitated and nervous and jumpy, this is just like the first day, right? This isn't even day 2 and we're already agitated, nervous and jumpy. That's the most that you can get with the smoking trait. But as this happens, you're gonna be feeling more sad, right? Feeling a little sad already. And then if we wait till like tomorrow or something, wait till tomorrow, it's gonna be even worse. So we're trying to do like loot things. We loot things pretty quick here. Loot them pretty quick. especially with our crafting and everything. Yeah, now we're getting a tad weepy already, right? The only reason that we're getting a tad weepy is just because we chose the smoker trait. The only reason for that. So if you don't choose the smoker trait, you don't have to deal with these two things. So it's such a huge relief if you don't do it. It's like the agitated, you constantly have to do this thing, the agitated meter, and the sad meter, you constantly have to deal with that too. I don't know why people choose it. Just to get the lucky trait, just to get the 10% extra magic find, right? The lucky trait. You want to be a smoker to deal with. We deal with. Oh yeah, we're already depressed. So if we're going here, we want to like loot things. We'd be looting things a lot slower. And then like same with the zombie here, right? If we want to loot him or something, we're all this is gonna be going slower. And if we're hungry here, we're gonna have to eat some food. And it's just gonna get worse and worse as it goes on. But even if you do find the cigarettes in the lighter, like we're saying, this thing is constantly gonna be caught up. The agitated, and then the agitated meter makes you get sad. Now we're severely depressed just on day one, right? Just because we're a smoker. That's why we don't choose it. That's why the smoker is like what are the worst things to do. All it does is make you have to deal with these two things. Severely depressed. Find a way to forget reality. Is that the most depressed that you can be? So now if you go here to loot things, right? You can see. I guess it's still pretty fast. I guess we have the dexterous trait. If you didn't have the dexterous trait, it'd be a lot slower. But if we're like ripping clothing or like adding thread or something, if you go rip clothing, rip all the clothing here, this thing's even slowed down a lot compared to before, I believe. Yeah, if you never choose those two traits, like the I thirst thing, you don't have to deal with this thirsty modifier ever. And if you don't choose the smoker trait, you never have to deal with this agitated and severely depressed. Like these two things, right? It's a huge difference. Yeah, because like this one, right? This is on our character where we don't have high thirst, we don't have smoker. Because I don't think it's worth it to get high thirst just to get the fast learner tricks. Look at our skills; they're almost maxed already. You can get your skills maxed in like a year if you want. But then I guess the weapon skills they might take a little bit, but then they're doing pretty good maintenance. They're already there doing that. Sprinting's already like almost up there already. Farming's maxed. Cooking's pretty much maxed. You can max cooking pretty quick. Is it or not? Oh no, cooking's the one that's maxed. Farming, you can max that pretty quick. Carpentry, it's just because you haven't been doing them, the mechanics and everything. Metalworking, you can get them over time, but it's not worth the eye thirst trait. The smoker, right? We sit here do whatever we want. We never get the agitated moodle, which means that we never get severely depressed. It's just because we're bored, just because we're sitting here all the time. Because the only reason is because the character inside, he's gonna be bored, right? Yeah, unpack this water bottle to last all day. Besides that, just besides staying inside all day, our character never ever gets sad. The thing we found out about the sad about it, like your unhappiness, there's like no, it doesn't regenerate. It doesn't regenerate like the board modifier. That'll go away if you just go outside or if you're gonna do a zombie. But the unhappy modifier, it does not regenerate. So you're gonna have to read like books. You're gonna have to like eat a bunch of food or something. That if you're constantly agitated and you're constantly getting sad, you're gonna have to burn through all your books and all your everything. It's a bad trait, the smoker one. It's so bad. Alright, so I think we're just about at the end of the video then. So, it's just about like an hour long video. This is like the top 10 traits from that website there, right? Where's the website? Top 10 traits. So you got like thin skin, organized, I guess the outdoorsman. So we'll just go through this, right? So you start with your own skill tree. Then you search the best traits like fast learner just to get the high thirst, which you figured out after watching this video. Like high thirst and fast learner. It's not really a good trait. Not really a good trade off like these things. feel like this, like, if you learned one thing from that website, it's like high thirst smoker is a good thing to get because it gives you a lucky and fast learner. But after watching this video, I hope that you realize that these two things need to change on that website. Or at least these aren't as good as they say they are. Because, like, maybe they're good for a short term, right? Maybe people just don't play that long in games or something. Maybe they just play for like 30 days or something. Like, what can I do the first 30 days? Like, as long as I got this, and then they start a new game or something. But if you're playing for a long time, like, we survived for like 200 days in that one video. And then we played more games. We survived for like 100 days, and then 30 days, and 60 days, and everything. It's not too hard, actually. So you don't need this thing, right? High thirst, if you're thinking of playing long term, high thirst is a bad thing. If you're thinking of playing long term, smoker is a bad thing. If you're thinking of playing long term, maybe finding 10% rare items isn't that great. And if you're thinking long term, maybe 30% XP isn't that great either. So we're not gonna get these things, right? High thirst, smoker, lucky, fast learner. We're just gonna go with this one. So this was our skill tree, right? We tried so many skill trees that I think this is a good one. My top 12 traits, right? This is all that we need. We got athletics, like the number one trait. They got short-sighted, weak stomach, outdoorsman, speed demon, thin skin, slow healer, organized, extras, wakeful, cat's eyes, and fast reader. That works out to exactly 0 points. It's pretty much take all the things to make it nice, relaxing gameplay. So you can just sit there, play the game, relax. All these things will help you do things a lot easier. Less things to manage, right? 'Cause I don't know why we keep saying it, but I just couldn't imagine playing with a smoker again or high thirst. I could never ever imagine playing with high thirst just to get these things. Like long term, it's so bad. You're the entire game you're dealing with those things. So there's the skill tree, right? I think we got most of it out of plane 41. It all even fits in one skill tree, right? So maybe we'll make another video of like going through the game again. But I know that people are just watching the first 1 or 2 minutes. I bet you in this video it's just gonna be like, how long do they watch it for? Just about like 1 to 2 minutes. So I don't know why it's like an hour long.